Welcome back to the JDW SportsTalkShow. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Chris Ballard and the Indianapolis Colts and if they won or lost free agency. You know, I see a lot of people complaining that Chris Ballard wasn't aggressive and didn't go for an edge rusher or whatever they wanted or they thought that would have been best for the Indianapolis Colts. I will agree to an extent that Chris Ballard went out there and was more aggressive, especially with the guy like Yannick Ngokuae. That was a guy I'm really high on. He really didn't sign for that much with the Raiders for the potential and for how young he is. He signed a 2-year, $23 million deal. I really wish Chris Ballard, was a little more aggressive with him and really tried to go after him because $13 million a year for him wasn't bad. But then you also have to take into consideration, the big contracts coming up. And Darius Leonard, Quentin Nelson, and Braden Smith. All guys that are going to demand a lot of money, and then you do have Quentin Nelson's holding out for 2 years because hopefully you're going to get the 50-year option. You don't have to worry about that huge contract. But, Darius Leonard and Braden Smith are still going to be big contracts. We're probably going to re-sign Naheem Hines. We just have a lot of big contracts coming up, and we're going to need some money for them. So, everyone that's getting a little mad a little quick, just look at the future and realize that Chris Ballard wants to keep our guys together. He's not going to go and sign any player. He's going to sign the right player at his price, which I think is okay to an extent. There's sometimes where you have to get a little aggressive if you want to make that jump from good to great. And that's the hardest jump. And now we're going to get into some of the re-signings and the signings. No really big signings in like long term contract wise. Chris Ballard seems to, some teams seem to be dependent on the fact that the salary cap is going to go up in the next few years and, you know, depend on that to make sure they can get above the cap or be in a better cap situation. And, the Colts are really doing that. They're waiting to see what shapes out. And that's why they gave so many 1-year deals and haven't been aggressive with anyone really. They've laid back and did what they did. First we're gonna go to the re-sign players. One of the most notable ones in T.Y. Hilton. I'm pumped for T.Y. Hilton to come back. He's an awesome receiver, and he won't only help this offense on the field but off the field. He could help coach up Pittman on his route running or anything. He could help these young guys. He could open it up for Campbell, maybe open it up for tight ends because he stretches the field, and so will Paris Campbell in the slot. So if you have like Paris Campbell in the slot or T.Y. Hilton in the slot, or you probably switch T.Y. Hilton to Paris Campbell from the slot to the outside, a lethal combo in my opinion. And then you have Michael Pittman Jr. And then you have decent tight ends in Mo Alley Cox and Jack Doyle. And then you also have the insane running back group in Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, and Naheem Hines. And don't forget Jordan Wilkins, who is also a decent running back. This Colts offense is really set to get ready and take off. And then you also have your Zach Pascals, and you also have your the Michael Harrises. You also have your Jordan Wilkins. You have very good base, a very good talent roster, a very talented offense, a lot of weapons, and then the offensive line is solid and such. I think T.Y. Hilton is going to continue to open this offense up and keep this offense open. And then the other notable one is Xavier Rhodes. I'm really excited for the Xavier Rhodes come back because when Xavier Rhodes left, I was going to be a little scared, because then we're going to go in the offseason with three big needs and tackle, edge, and corner. Because right now Rockison hasn't shown much. He's shown some flashes, but he hasn't put it all together yet, and he's really struggled to stay consistent and to quote the flags. And you know, and then but you do have a slot corner as we all know, is one of the most underrated players in the league. Probably the best slot corner. It's very good slot corner, as we all know. So yeah, I'm really excited to get Xavier Rhodes back because that means we have another year with another really decent cornerback, which I think is vital. Would have been scary if he because then we really would have had a whole lot of cornerback. Marvel coming back, maybe even with Rodgers showing out. Some people are really excited about him. You just don't know. You have to really have some certainty going into with any position going into the season. So that's that with Xavier Rhodes, and then you have Marlon Mack on a 1 year, $2 million deal, which is a really cheap, really good year. I think this is more of a Marlon Mack coming back to prove his value, to get a bigger market for next year, maybe get a bigger payday ultimately. And, I think this was a very, very solid signing for the Colts because now you have a crazy three-headed monster in that backfield. You have Marlon Mack, Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines. Don't forget, you have good depth with Jordan Wilkins, who is also a solid back. He is a very yard per average carry, yards per carry average. But you really see the difference in him and these three other guys. These three other guys definitely have more talent than him. But that doesn't mean Jordan Wilkins is bad. He's still a solid running back. Um, and then we have Al-Qadi Muhammad. I guess I'm happy we have him back. He had those games, those bright moments, but you want to see more of him. You want to see him put more together and you know, him ultimately show something because that edge rush, we're really thin right now with Kamoka. You have Ben Banagoo. Who else do you really have there? Maybe Tyquan Lewis could play the edge too and defensive line, but and defensive tackle, but you know, my point is this defensive end group is really unknown. Oh, and you have the decent guy coming from decent rotational guy. He has had similar stats with the Chargers when Ngokuae was coming to the Colts from the Raiders. They both have similar stats coming from those teams. So hey, maybe if Isaac Rochelle can be something like Ngokuae, that'd be nice. I'd take it. Um, I just hope he's a bit more consistent, maybe instead of having one or two games or 3 or 4 games a season where he goes out and then otherwise you just don't hear from him. Um, you know, and then you have Chris Reed, Sean Davis, Joey Hunt, who we signed, Jalen Davenport, who was signed from the Dolphins, and Jalen Davenport. I think is serviceable at best. Nothing special in depth. That Sean Davis is safety, decent safety, I guess. He's a hard-nosed safety, kind of safety dollar legs. The Colts do like having three safety sets, so I guess that was a solid pickup. And we also have George Odom in there. I think the safety group is actually looking pretty good. And then you have Chris Reed, who is another guy you signed who can be a very solid depth piece. So good, good with him. And then last but not least, you have Sam Tevy. Actually, two. You have Sam Tevy, who can be a decent backup, but I've heard some bad things about him coming from the Chargers. So I guess we'll have to see about that. But it's only time will tell. And I think after all this, I think the Colts are losers. You could really argue either way. You could go winners because the Colts. It's starting to get that time where you want to really put it all in, put the chips all in the middle, and throw all your chips out there to really see if you go out there and win Super Bowl. At the same time, you have a quarterback that you're unsure of. You don't know if he's going to be what you want or what you expect to be. So it's kind of a tough situation. So maybe it's smart not to throw that money out there. In case if crap hits the fan, you have something to work with. Um, you know, I I think we're winners and losers because like we got depth, we got Ty back, we got Rhodes back, we got Matt back. Yeah, Zach Pascal back as well. Got some depth on the offensive line. So you know what? I think we're winners in that aspect and getting players back and getting bargain, but losers in the point where we failed to succeed at getting a premier edge rusher. But edge rushers are going to be expensive. You have to be willing to pay a premier edge rusher top dollar unless you get lucky and you draft a premier edge rusher and you have him on a rookie deal and he really performs maybe two, three, maybe even 4 out of 4 of those years. That's a dream scenario, but it's very unlikely to become a premier edge rusher that quick. And you just never know. You just never know in the NFL. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you Colts fans think. That's what I think. I think we're winners and losers in both of those aspects. But I guess we'll have to see how everything pans out. What will we do in the draft? Are we gonna go tackle? Are we gonna go edge in the first round? Are we gonna go back? I think it's guys there. One like Christian Darrisaw, Jalen Phillips, Quiddy Pay. I think one of those guys. I think you're gonna pick your guy. But if none of those guys are there, or if Ballard just isn't throw with any of them, trade back. No, don't try and just make a pick. Make the right pick. That's what I love about Ballard. He's not gonna make some random pick and just hope for the best. He's gonna pick a player that he knows is right for the team, that he knows is right for his system, that he likes, that Frank likes. He's not just gonna reach and grab any player. He's gonna grab the guy if he likes him. If he doesn't like anything there, he's gonna trade back. It's just how this power works. He's not gonna reach. If there's a premier guy there that he likes, he's gonna take him. You don't pass on a blue chip talent, a guy that you really like. So you guys let me know what you think. I'm really excited to see what this team is gonna have in store for the draft and what they're gonna have going next year with Carson Wentz. So let me know what you Colts fans think. Let me know what everyone thinks out there. I thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later.